How's it going, movie and TV fans? Welcome back to another review on the channel. Today we're looking at one of, if not, I really like one of, if not the greatest horror movies ever made. The 1992 original Candyman. Now, obviously, it's the only reason, essentially, I can't lie to you, the only reason why I'm talking about this now is because in preparation for the new one coming out. Long story short, basically one day, I think it was about 2 days before the new Candyman was coming out on August 27th, about 3 days or 4 days before it, and I was contemplating whether I should go and see it, and I was like, do I have to watch the first one to understand it? And to an extent you do, but it's not, I didn't know that, so I thought, well, I might as well watch the first one anyway, and conveniently, the first one, this one that we're reviewing now, the original, was on Netflix, so I sat down, I watched it, then I went to go and see the new Candyman, and then for some reason I decided to, I watched the original, and then for some reason I thought, fuck it, I've got a few hours to spare, let's watch Candyman 2 and 3, and now I want to end it all, because Candyman 3 is the worst fucking movie I've seen in a very long fucking time, and you'll never hear me talk about it on this channel, because I don't want to watch it again. Plain and simple. Candyman 2 is harmless, but 3 is just cringe. But yeah, so I saw the Candyman remake recently. Well, it's not. It's more of a requel sort of thing. Like the Halloween requel back in 2018 and stuff like that. But if you want to read my first off the bat thoughts of Candyman the remake, go check out the requel. Go and check out my Letterboxd review, which, click that link tree, the Letterboxd is there, go and check it out. I've got other reviews out there as well, but we are talking about the original Candyman today, with one of the most iconic horror scores of all time by your boy, Philip Glass, that you're hearing right about now. It's such a fantastic horror movie, I can't lie. It's very, just, the pacing and the use of music specifically, and sound in this one is very, very good, and I think, while there is a large chunk of the movie that goes completely unscored, and that really sets the tone and the mood perfectly. I think, obviously, one of the standout parts of this movie is, of course, the one and only icon that is Tony Todd as Candyman, and I think he gives us, the best performance in the entire movie. Not to, dampen on Virginia Madsen, because she gives a fantastic performance, but in my opinion, it will always be Tony Todd who gives the best performance here. And there is two scenes in this movie that I think are essential viewing for any horror fan. The movie is essential viewing, but there's two very iconic scenes to me. That's the scene where Candyman and Helen first meets the Candyman in the car park, which is a fantastic scene. It's also the first time you fully see the Candyman in the entire movie, which is a really, really good scene. I can't lie. It's just so. One of my favorite parts of that scene is the fact that, you're seeing it in the trailer now. Literally, just this bit is from that scene, but is the way where when the camera first pans to him, he's looking up in the sky, which is just sort of another way to sort of wait and procure for the full reveal of his face, which is really cool. And the other iconic scene is, of course, the scene towards the end of the movie where he has bees in his mouth and in his chest, which Tony Todd famously did actually put those bees in his fucking mouth. What a legend. And I think he put in his clause that for every bee stung he would get paid £1,000, and throughout $1,000 even, and throughout the course of the 3 films he was stung 27 times. None of them in the mouth, actually, most of them in the chest area, because the bees didn't react very well to the chest prosthetic by the design. Like a little fact I learned from watching the Dead Meat Kill Cam, which I highly recommend you go and check out. Dead Meat, what a channel. And yeah, overall, it's just a movie that I think it is horror in its purest form. It's a very cautionary tale. It's a movie that it doesn't particularly shove politics down your throat per se, as much as the latest one, which is, I'll get to that when I get to that, which might be in a couple of weeks. Who fucking knows? But it's also one that you got important to understand, the context behind the area it's based in and set in and all that stuff. And I think that's, fuck's sake, it's really important to understand that. And I imagine that you people understand that quite well. But as a whole, it's a movie that, for me personally, it's just a joy to watch over and over again. And if you are going to watch any Candyman movies, in my opinion, watch the first one, this one, and watch the remake, and that's literally it. Don't bother with 2 or 3 unless you really just are bored and have got nothing better to do or nothing better to watch. Seriously, I mean, Candyman 2 genuinely is harmless. It's not good, but it's not, it's not bad, but per se, but it's also not very good. So it's just a harmless movie, and the only things keeping that movie from being absolute shit is the fact that Tony Todd exists, and also the fact that they still have Philip Glass in that movie scoring it, whereas 3 doesn't have Philip Glass, and the only thing keeping that movie, actually no, there's nothing, it's not even keeping it, but the only reason why I really wanted to watch that movie is because Tony Todd, and I think the only reason why he did those movies is because he wanted to continue playing this character that he loved so much. He didn't care if the movie was shit. He was going to put his all in the performance, which is exactly what he does in all 3 Candyman movies. I say 4. He's not particularly in the newest one, but I suppose we'll get to that when we get to that. Back off, phone. Oh. But yeah, I've been seeing a lot of movies at the cinema, so I'm thinking of, I've seen a lot of movies twice at the cinema, so I'm thinking seeing them twice at the cinema, watching them again at home illegally, and then reviewing them on the channel. So that might be a thing. You might see more modern movies like Cop Shop, Rise of the Foot Soldier, Origins, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, motherfucking, the new Candyman, Free Guy. All these movies I might actually do fucking reviews for, and also movies that aren't showing in the cinemas anymore. That in that I might do a video about it. I want to talk about it. There's a period, obviously, where there's these films where they are not showing in cinemas and theaters anymore, and they're not out on home video yet. So there's a point in time where you can't just officially watch for a couple of months. There's a point in time where you literally just can't watch that movie anywhere, genuinely, you can't even watch it officially. So, like, at the moment, as of the time recording, movies that are in that kind of period are Fast and Furious 9, in the UK at least. I know it's not on Blu-ray soon. Old, Escape from Tournament of Champions, and soon Rise of the Foot Soldier Origins. But, those kind of movies are currently in that state where the Suicide Squad is nearly in that state, but there's still a few showings here and there, so I wouldn't quite say it's at that point yet, but it's nearly there. Black Widow, but the difference between Black Widow is that it went straight to Premier Access at the same time, so that doesn't really count, so fuck you. Yeah, it's just that sort of thing where there's those movies. It's an interesting thing that I like talking about. But yeah, the original Candyman is a horror masterpiece. It's absolutely fantastic. Great performances all around. A great, iconic score from Philip Glass. And it's a movie that you just need to watch, okay? It's just a movie that is absolutely fantastically shot. Like, some of the overhead shots, the establishing shots at the beginning of the movie are absolutely fucking fantastically brilliant. Like, the opening shot of the movie where you just follow a car with the great Philip Glass piece is just one of the best shot scenes I've seen in a movie ever. It's so fucking cool and good, and the use of the shots here as well are quite magnificent as well. A lot of the time when we're moving between place to place, it's those massive overhead establishing shots with the lovely Philip Glass pieces accompanying it, which is absolutely fucking fantastic. And don't get me wrong, the finale to this movie is also fucking brilliant, where the Candyman goes up in flames, blah blah blah, and saves the kid, and then obviously that kid goes on to become the main character in Candyman 2021, the requel. So, it ties itself up nicely. A lot of people from that original film are reprising their roles in the new one, including, but not limited to, Vanessa Williams, who's reprising her character properly, Tony Todd, who is reprising his character at the end of the movie, and in voiceover, I believe it's, I'm not 100% sure, Virginia Madsen, who's reprising her role as Helen Lyle in audio recordings. But yeah, that was new recorded stuff for the movie, not actually old archive recordings, so that's cool. And yeah, it's just a movie that is so iconic for horror movies. And at the time, it was before Scream, and unfortunately Candyman 3 suffers from being after Scream, but that's a movie that I'm never going to talk about on this channel, so fuck you. But yeah, it's such a cautionarily fantastic tale that's brilliantly shot by Bernard Rose, but I still think that the newest Candyman movie, the 2021 one, that's definitely shot better. That it's visually a masterpiece, that movie, but I have problems with it, and we'll talk about that probably quite soon, I can't lie. But yeah, this has been my review of Candyman 1992. Now, if you actually watch my videos, you'll notice that the last 2 videos have changed. The titles have changed from movie year review to movie year movie review. So, you know, for example, I've got Escape Room 2019 movie review and Monsters Inc 2001 movie review. So yeah, that's just how I roll, I suppose. Yeah, Candyman is a fucking fantastic movie, and I highly recommend you go and fucking watch it. And overall, I think, you know, it's just an absolutely fucking fantastic movie that, you know, needs to be. If you love horror movies as much as I do, or are getting into horror movies, this is one of the definitive ones to watch. I am ashamed I haven't seen it sooner, you know, but it's just a fucking fantastic movie that if you even give half of a shit about horror movies, you have to see this one. It's a very top tier movie, and I have to admit, it's brilliant, you know. But yeah, this has been my review of Candyman 1992. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day and stuff. Check out Letterboxd. My latest review is out there now for Rise of the Foot Soldier Origins. A very British movie, so, you know, I think none of them have actually been released stateside. I don't actually know. But, yeah. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. And, yeah, don't forget to check out other channels and stuff. The vlogs, 2 vlogs up on the second channel. I don't know when there's going to be another vlog, to be quite frank. But yeah. Bye-bye for now, and cue the very fucking terrible intro that I fucking made. Bye. Now.